What's up guys, it's your boy Kazaris, back with another fun little deck profile, and today we have Satellarknights. This is one of my favorite TCG decks. However, when it first came out in like 2014, I wasn't playing it. I was a BA player. Burning Abyss was my first real meta deck. It was like back when Dante's were $90 or something crazy like that. But anyway, I grew to like this deck over time, and I'm really surprised and happy that they put it in Duel Links. So it's basically like your standard control deck. You have like your monster lineup that aims to make an Xyz summon every turn, and that's just backed up by a bunch of trap cards. Their best trap card is Stellarnova Alpha, which is basically an Omni Negate, basically an Infernity Barrier, except you have to tribute a Satellarknight monster to negate and destroy a spell, trap, or monster card activation. And then you destroy that card and draw a card. If you don't destroy that card, you don't draw a card. So for instance, against like Witchcrafter, as you hopefully will see, hopefully I'll play a Witchcrafter. If they activate like Shmieda's effect to tribute itself and send a spell from hand to grave to summon a Witchcrafter from deck, if you negate that effect, you won't get a draw because you're not destroying the Shmieda on the field, since it's already in the graveyard. However, if Blackwing uses an effect like Simoon to banish a card in the hand, and then you chain Stellarnova Alpha, you'll still negate and destroy that Simoon in the hand, and then you'll get a draw. So you pretty much go even on card advantage. You lose Stellarnova Alpha and a Satellarknight monster, and you draw a card, and then your opponent lost Simoon and a Blackwing. So they lost 2, you lost 1, essentially. So interactions like that really make this deck good. They just negate crucial activations and just try to stop your opponent in the tracks. So the monster lineup is pretty straightforward. I think I'm back and forth on some ratios, but I think I like this for the most part. I reached King of Games with this on September 30th. So this might not be exactly correct, but this is just what I found success with, so I'm just going to play it for today. If I change stuff in the future, I'll let you guys know. So Deneb is pretty much the Stratos of the deck. When you summon it, normal or special or flip, you add a Tellarknight monster from your deck to your hand. Pretty simple. Altair, when it's summoned, you can summon a Tellarknight monster from your graveyard in defense, and then you can only attack with Tellarknight monsters for the rest of that turn. So keep that in mind. So if you go for like a 2 material rank 4 play with Altair and like Deneb, for instance, if you go for like any of these right here that aren't Delteros, you can't attack with them. So keep that in mind. 2 Unukalai, I'm not exactly sure how to say it. This is a Foolish Burial for the deck. It sends any Tellarknight card from the deck to the grave. So it can also any Tellarknight card. So you can send Skybridge even if it's beyond turn 1 and you kind of don't really want to see Skybridge. It wouldn't benefit you in any way. If you just want to see more trap cards, you can send your excess Skybridge to the graveyard to ensure that you're only drawing trap cards, which is pretty cool. But most of the time, this is just going to send Deneb. Or if you already have Deneb in hand, it can send like Vega, so that you can use Skybridge to summon Altair effect to summon Vega, and then Vega's effect, when it's summoned, you can summon the Tellarknight monster from your hand, so you'll be able to summon Deneb from hand, search with Deneb, and then you'll have all 3 Tellarknight monsters on the field to make Stellarknight Delteros, which is the only Xyz that we got for them. They have 4 Xyz, or no, they have 5 Xyz, but we only got 1 of them. This one's pretty solid. It requires 3 level 4 monsters, so it is generic. It doesn't require Tellarknights, but Tellarknights make it pretty easily. While it has Xyz material, our opponent cannot activate cards or effects when you normal or special summon a monster. So when you Xyz summon Delteros, your opponent can't floodgate it, and they can't activate any effect until you do something other than summon a monster. So if you summon Delteros without using Altair effect, for instance, and then your opponent can't respond to the summon of Delteros, and then if you normal summon Altair, uses the effect to summon Deneb, they can't respond to that because that's in the summoning window. Now you summon Deneb, use Deneb's effect to search, they can't respond to that either because it's in the summoning window. So not only does he protect his own summon, he also stops your Satellarknight monsters from being negated on summon. Like your opponent can't ulti-prov, they can't Fiendish Chain, they can't Floodgate, they can't respond to the activation of the effects of your other Satellarknight monsters because these activate on summon. So that is a really crucial continuous effect that he has. And then his other 2 effects are also really good. Once per turn, you can detach an Xyz material from him and then target a card on the field, destroy it. Pretty straightforward. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Tellarknight monster from your hand or deck. That is really good because he replaces himself. So if you tribute Delteros to negate something your opponent controls with Alpha, you will negate and destroy that card, you'll draw another card with Alpha, and then you'll summon something from deck with Delteros. If you summon Altair, for instance, then you can use Altair's effect to summon Deneb back from grave, and Deneb effect to search. So like off of that interaction, you went -2 with Alpha and Delteros, +1 again off Alpha, +1 off Delteros, +1 off Altair, +1 off of Deneb. So that interaction right there is just ridiculous. You just generate so much card advantage that it's just almost game winning every time. The problem is you're not always going to have Delteros with Alpha. Then the rest of the deck, Satellarknights Skybridge is like a mask change. Not exactly, but in the way it interacts with your opponent is exactly like mask change. You can target one Tellarknight monster you control. That is the cost. That's a semicolon. And then the rest of the effect, when it resolves, is special summon one Tellarknight monster with a different name from your deck. And if you do, shuffle the targeted monster into the deck. While the monster special summoned by this effect is face up on the field, you cannot special summon monsters except Tellarknight monsters. So if for instance you wanted to go into a 2 material rank 4 play, you can't, as long as the monster you summoned off of Skybridge is on the field. You have to specifically go into Delteros. So the best play with Skybridge is to go Unukalai, dump Deneb, and then Skybridge summon Altair, Altair summon Deneb, search another Altair, and then set like Alpha and another trap. And then you'll be able to tribute Deneb with Alpha, and then use the other trap to interrupt your opponent. And then on the following turn, you'll have gotten a draw off of Alpha, a draw for turn, and you'll already have another Altair that you searched off the Deneb. And then Altair can summon back the Deneb, Deneb can search another Altair, and then you can overlay the one Altair you still have on the field, the Altair you just summoned, and the Deneb for Delteros. So even if you don't have the Vega Altair Deneb play, you can still just maintain one Satellarknight on the field, and then your standard Altair play gets you into Delteros, which is pretty neat. And then we're using Endless Trap Hell with just generic traps. That's why I'm playing 22 here, mainly because it's just like this like 12 card like monster spell lineup is pretty solid, I think. But I wanted to, if I kept it at 20 like this, I wanted Endless Trap Hell wouldn't trigger as consistently, so I just added 2 more traps because the deck is already fairly consistent, and I just wanted to be able to get that +1 off of Endless Trap Hell as often as I can. And then besides the 2 Delteros, you only need 2. Like every once in a while I'll want to make 3, but I can usually just win by making another Xyz. So 2 is enough. I do go into 2 quite often. The other Xyz we're playing though are Zubaba General. You can detach an Xyz material from him and equip a warrior type monster from your hand to him, and then he gains attack equal to the combined attack of the monsters equipped to it. So like if over 2 turns you can detach both materials and equip 2 monsters from your hand, and you can hit like over 5,000 attack. But this is your out to Cocytus, which might not be a problem anymore, but this is also just an out to big monsters in general. Pretty nice. Got our Cowboy. So he doesn't do 800 burn damage anymore. Now from going forward, all effect damage and Duel Links is going to be halved, which is, I think, is good because, I mean, there's half life points, so I mean it makes sense that they half the effect damage that cards do, and this allows us to get cool other cards in the future. So while he's in defense, you can detach a material and inflict 400 damage to your opponent. Or while he's in attack, you can detach a material, and then when he battles that turn, he'll gain 1,000, and then the opponent's monster that he's battling will lose 500 attack. So that creates a 1,500 life point differential. So anything below 3,000 attack, he can easily get over, which is pretty cool. Utopia, you can, when any monster attacks, declares an attack, you can detach a material from him, negate the effect, and then if he's targeted for an attack while he has no material, he'll be destroyed. So if you negate 2 of your opponent's attacks, and then they attack with, say, Shiranui Spectral Sword into Utopia, Utopia is just going to die. Like, the monster they attack with doesn't have to kill it in battle because its own effect is going to kill itself after it doesn't have any material. And then it's important to note that your opponent will be able to redeclare an attack after they destroy the Utopia with their 1 attack, because Utopia, the attack target will no longer be on the field, and then they can just redeclare attack to a different monster you have. So if they have 1 monster and you have Utopia with no materials and something else, then they can just clear both pretty easily. Bujinte Tsukiyomi requires 2 level 4 light monsters. I go into this very, very rarely because it can't be used with Alpha. However, its effect is very solid. Once per turn, you can detach a material to send your entire hand to the graveyard, minimum of 1 card. And if you do, draw 2 cards. So ideally, you'll use this effect to discard 1 card and draw 2, essentially. It's a +1 in that sense. And then you can, its second effect deals with Bujins because it's a Bujin card, so that's not really relevant. It's just mainly just to discard a card and draw 2. So in a control deck that can that can benefit you. You can draw more like Canadian Fiendish and Treacherous. But if you have like Skybridge and Stellarnova Alpha, it's not good to summon Tsukiyomi because you can't use either of those with Tsukiyomi. So it's better to just leave up like if you want Altair and summon Deneb and Deneb Search, it's better to just leave those up than summon any Xyz monster at all. That way you can ensure that you go into Delteros on the following turn. Then last but not least is Gaga Cowboy. You can attach a material and target a Gaga monster you control, and it can make a second attack that turn. So essentially you can attack with 1900 twice. I've used them like once. Like everything besides Delteros is just situational. It's just a toolbox extra deck, and that's what the deck does. But I've talked a lot. There's a lot to cover with this deck, so let's just jump right into some games. Stick around. Alright, we are up against a My Valentine. Odium. I'm going first. Roma strategy. Alright. Wish I was out of plat. So, standard hand, we're just going to summon Deneb. Going to grab a Vega here, because on the following turn, if Deneb dies, I can go Vega, summon Altair, summon Deneb. And that is the Delteros play right there. I'm going to set my 2 back row and pass. So I was thinking this would be Black Wings with Harpy's Hunting Realm, but I guess not. He is going. I'm going to be playing with a Roma strategy. So, okay, so DDD with a Roma strategy. That's very weird. DDD is a solid deck though. Still, he's going to fuse. Optimally using Night Howl isn't the best. I was playing DDD recently. It's a cool deck. So he's going to summon Oracle King Dark. Going to battle phase. Now I think I'm just going to Treacherous here because if I Canadia this, my Treacherous is dead. And if the Deneb doesn't die, I can't do that Vega Altair play as optimally. So I'm just going to Treacherous here. Clear his monster. And I'm not worried about clearing my own because I can just get it back easily, like I said. Ideally, he doesn't have... what's it called? Ooh, Skybridge. Skybridge is a very good draw. But now if he attempts to interrupt this Vega summon, we can dodge it with Skybridge. So we're just going to go Vega. Vega effect, summon Altair. Altair effect on summon, summon Deneb. Deneb effect on summon, search another Altair for the following turns. So we're going to go Altair effect, target Deneb. I have no idea what that banging is. I'm in my apartment right now. So we're going to go Altair effect, Deneb. Deneb effect, search another Altair. Now, okay, so when we have a field clogged like this, we can't use Skybridge because it summons and before it swaps. So since we have no free zones, we can't summon anything. However, it is important to note that Skybridge and Delteros easily makes an OTK. So we're going to summon Delteros here. He cannot respond to the summon, so we'll have a free opportunity to destroy something he controls before he can respond. We're going to activate Delteros effect. Detach Deneb. I'm going to target the left. Now he has a chance to respond here. And now if this 2500 goes through, I'm just going to Skybridge, shuffle the Delteros back, summon a Nuclei, and then attack for 18, and that's 4300 right there. Dark Contract with the Witch. I let this die, I think. So I've used Vega Altair Deneb already. I haven't used Nuclei. If this just dies... Oh, that's a little unfortunate. I'm just going to let this die because Delteros will replace himself. Use Delteros effect. Summon... Might as well just summon a Nuclei. I'm going to use his effect, send a Skybridge. I don't really need Skybridges on the following turn, I just want to see monsters. So I'm just going to set the Skybridge, attack for 18. What could he possibly have? Alright, so we have a Canadia still, we have a Skybridge to dodge something. I think we're set. We have out if the Nuclei lives, we have. So he's gonna Night Howl here. I'm just gonna flip the Night Howl, leave the Dark, because Dark is going to be at 0 attack. And if we kill the thing that Night Owl summoned, he takes 1,000. So that's a free damage for us that we want to take advantage of while we can. So yeah, so actually, now that I think about it, I think we have, as long as this back row isn't anything, we definitely have game. We have another Delteros play. We have Altair here. Altair summon Deneb. No, don't use Skybridge. Deneb effect. Add the Altair from my deck to our hand. We still have 2 Denebs left in deck, I think. Yeah. I'm going to special summon Delteros again. Boom bang. Delteros effect. We're going to destroy the used Altair already. And a Vega engrave. Okay, so I'm going to destroy the Night Owl here just to get rid of the monsters and start pushing our advantage. So we're going to attack for 1,000 over this Dark. And then we're going to Skybridge and summon Deneb from deck and attack for 15 for game. Okay, so yeah, wall this option. Takes 1,000, Skybridge, shuffle back the Delteros, summon Deneb from deck. Can't use this effect because we already used it, but it doesn't matter because we're just attacking for game. Cool. Alright, pretty straightforward. Nice showcase of what the deck can do. Let's do another one. Alright, we're up against the Yummy Merik. It's a shadow game, pre-nerf, that would be annoying. Be very annoying. Oh. Our hand is solid. We have Deneb. Deneb's gonna activate a shadow game. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that this Deneb is gonna stay on the field because shadow game means he's playing more passive, playing a more passive deck. I'm gonna grab the Vega here, set the 2 Canadia. It's not Ritual Beast because he doesn't have action deck, so I really think it's gonna be a stall deck. In which case we gotta watch out for Lava Golem, so we just gotta keep 1 monster on the field as often as possible. Set 1. Set 2. Pass. Doro. Alright, we're gonna draw Vija into Unuk, Vegeta into Ukulele, Dennis. Unukalai is gonna send. I want to keep the Altair in the deck just so I can continuously search them. I'm just going to send another Deneb. Once we have access to the 1 Deneb, we don't really need more than that. I'm just going to summon my glossy Delteros here. In attack position. Can't respond to the summon. I'm going to Delteros, detach Vega. We already have a Deneb engrave. Pop the set monster. You can respond to this if he so chooses. Statue of Anguish pattern. Sure. Now, cool thing about Canadia and trap monsters is that if I flip this Canadia, or if I flip this Anguish pattern face down, it just goes back to the spell and trap zone. And then he can't activate it that turn because it was just set this turn. So I'm just going to go to battle phase. Attack. Check. So, okay, so that is usable. So I'm going to Canadia this. Flip this phase down. It goes back to the spell and trap zone, and then Tiki Soul summons itself, and I just get to attack with it. And I just attack over the Tiki Soul. And pass it to him. That's pretty cool. So I'll take 300 here. That's fine. Now we can do the same play again on the following turn. If he does summon the Anguish pattern, we can just flip it back. Flip it back down. Or we can just pop it, honestly. We'll take 200. We also have Stellarnova Alpha. Ooh, that's a good draw. I'm gonna detach to Ned. I'm gonna pop this because I know I can just deal with this Anguish pattern with my other Canadia. I'm not worried about it. Fortress Warrior. Oh. As should be expected. Summon Deneb. Deneb effect. Grab another Altair. I'm just going to attack for 42. If he tries to Anguish Pattern, I negate with Stellarnova Alpha. Actually, no. I don't negate with Stellarnova Alpha just in case he has like Sphere Creep or something. So yeah, if I attack here, if he does this, I just flip it back face down. It's fine. Redeclare just in case. I'll step. Activate target. Flip that shit back down. Redeclare. Is going to have the kite road. Okay. Attack. Alright, so I'm not gonna negate kite road obviously. If it was Sphere Creevo, we could have negated it and just pushed for 4200 per game, but cannot kill through a kite road, unfortunately. But that's okay. He gets one more turn with this Stellarnova Alpha over this Statue of Anguish pattern. You can still negate it. You can still pop whatever he sets with Delteros. Stick a Lava Golem. Okay, that's stupid. This does 500 damage now. Look at that, boys. It's beautiful. 500. I get 8 turns instead of 4. Incredible. Delteros effect. I'm going to summon the Nuclei because I just want damage. The Nuclei is going to dump Skybridge because Skybridge is useless in this situation. I just want to draw trap cards. Okay. So our goal here, we know he has pattern here, and we don't have an unknown there. So we're just going to attack with our Lava Golem. Skull Imitation. Actually, do I want to? No, I'm not going to negate that because I know now if I negate the Statue of Anguish pattern, I can just attack for game. So that is going to be the goal here. I'm going to enter Blardal phase. Attack with the Neb. It's going to summon Statue of Anguish pattern. I'm going to negate it. I'm going to draw a card. Coolio. Attack, and 3,000 per game. Cool, pretty easy. Stall is not that difficult of a matchup because we have a counter trap and we have an Xyz that pops every turn. So it's just pretty straightforward for other control decks. Nice, let's do another one. Alright, y'all, we're up against Yuma and Astral. Oh, nice. Hopefully it's the new Gaga deck. Gaga. The Goo Goo Gaga deck. The baby deck. Doo-doo deck. Yeah, that deck's pretty cool. Got distracted. So Deneb search. So it's always like if I anticipate the Deneb dying, then I want to search Altair. If I anticipate it living, then I want to search Vega to make Delteros and Stellarnova. We have 2 Canadia. I'm assuming I'm going to stop his Xyz plays, so I'm just going to grab Vega here to make Delty Boy on the following turn. If it is the Onomatopoeia deck and he has the Trinade, I mean, there's nothing much we can do about that. Yeah. Oh, it's Boujin. Interesting. I'm just going to flip this down right now just so he can't ties or something. Yeah. Bye-bye. Flip it down. Get flipping. What else we got, buddy? Nothing. He said pass. We're going to go Vega. I'm going to summon this Deneb here, not the Unukalai, because I want to search, not ascend in this instance, I want to search. Grab Altair. I'm still back and forth on 3 Unuk, 2 Altair, or 3 Altair, 2 Unuk, because Unuk's better to open than Altair usually. But Altair is like, having 3 Altair for like grind games is really nice. We're just going to Delteros pop that shit. I'm going to attack for 25. Pass to him. This deck does struggle to OTK. If I had a Skybridge, I could just summon Altair from deck, Altair summon back, something else, and then something else, and then attack for 17. It's important to note Altair can summon back Delteros, and Delteros, if it's just sent from field to grave, summons a Tellarknight. So if I Altair summon Delteros and a Delteros dies, I can Altair summon Altair from deck, and then Altair summon Delteros again. So that's a really good way to stall. Activate Delteros here, detach the Vega, attack or destroy that. Normal summon the Altair effect. Summon Deneb effect. Search me another Altair. And slowly but surely we snowballed a bunch of advantage. Remember, Altair activated, so I can only attack with Satellarknights for this turn, so there's no use in me going for an Xyz monster just in case he does have the Spheric Rebo. I want to be able to have lethal with 2 monsters. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's do one final one. We are up against a Jardin Yuki. No idea what to expect. Maybe some weird Neos deck. Yep, Neo space. At least it's 20 cards. It's always a good sign. Okay, so Deneb search Vega here, because on the following turn we have Vega into Altair into Deneb. And that is a Delteros play. We have Treacherous. Cool. So if he goes like, so Keeper and Neos still aren't banned yet. So if he goes Keeper, Neos, we can Tretch both of those. He'll be able to protect his Neos and attack for like 1600 and search, but on the following turn we'll be able to Delteros, pop his Neos. He is going to Neos Fusion, okay. So we're going to be able to Delteros, pop his Neos. Oh god, please don't have favorite hero. Please don't have favorite hero. It's not a huge deal if he does, so you can Delteros pop the favorite hero, but like, I just really prefer him to not have it. Nice. Right to battle phase, we're going to Tretch his face down and his big boy, his big man. Gonna banish Neos Fusion, and we pop the Bacon Saver. That's fine. Take 16, he's gonna search another Neos Fusion. On the following turn, we're gonna go Vega, Altair, Deneb, search another Altair. And we get a draw. Boom, bang, bop. Ooh, that's what I like to see right there. Alpha male. No responses either, so probably a wall disruption maybe. Deneb. Search another Altair. Special summon Delty Boy. Now I can actually pop the Brave News for real. Hopefully it's not drowning. Okay, wall disruption. Oh, this is Bacon Saver. Okay, so maybe that's just nothing at all. Cool. So we have Alpha to negate by attributing our Delteros. And like I said earlier, Alpha is going to use 2 cards, itself and Delteros, and then it's going to draw a card, and then Delteros is going to summon Altair, and then Altair is going to summon Deneb, and then Deneb is going to search a card. So -2, +4, so +2 overall. So this is a very good card to Alpha here. Even though we know he searched another Neos Fusion, I'm not that worried about it. I'd rather just stop him from he used Keeper and he used a card, so this is just already, we're gaining +2, we made him -2. So activate Delteros and Grave. We drew a Fiendish Chain. I'm going to summon Altair from deck. Keep the one in our hand, and the Altair effect. Summon. Can just summon Vega here. Yeah, I'm just gonna summon Vega. Nice. Vega summon Deneb. Deneb search Nuclei, because he only has Neos Fusion that we know of, so he can only clear one of our monsters. In which case we can just summon a Nuclei and make another Delteros. Another Delteros. Or we can just make Zubaba General, equip the Nuclei, make it 3800, and just smack over his Neos. There's also another thing. Oh, I just realized he's playing 3 Neos. Holy shit. So that negate on the Keeper should have gotten him if he was playing 2 Neos, because he wouldn't be able to summon it back. Wow, that was lucky on his end. Unlucky on our end. Like, who plays 3 Neos? What the hell? Ugh. Okay, so we can still Make Delteros. Oh wait, no, this is just game. Fuck. Damn, that sucked. Alright, we just lost. Alright, I'm gonna keep that in here. Let's do another one. We're up against a candid beast. One first, second. Dang. Alright, so what's he gonna do? Ooh, our hand's very good. Deneb, Skybridge. We can Deneb, search Altair, Skybridge, and Anuk. Dump Deneb, Altair into Deneb. Protect the Anuk, make Delteros next. Yeah, I like Skybridge a lot. Debating cutting it to 2 though, and just to play more traps for endless trap hell. Not sure. Chocolate Magician Girl. Okay. Oh. Do I Vega? No, I'm gonna hold the Vega. I'm gonna go Deneb, search Altair. I'm gonna. So you search Chalk. So if I go attack, he goes Chain Berry. I chain Skybridge, summon the Nuke, dump the Neb. Attack with the Chocolate Magician Girl, because there won't be anything in grade. I think that's a good play. Yeah. This prevents him, because he searched the Chocolate Magician Girl. And if he summons one, that'll stop him from drawing twice at least. So I'm guessing he's going to try and just get the Quintet. Just going to chain, swap him out. Mask change real quick. Nuclei. Nuclei effect. I just realized they all have different colored backgrounds. Yellow, purple, red, blue. Send Geneb. A new. Oh wait, you send. Ooh, send that. Okay. Let's keep attacking this thing. So, yeah. So Apple would summon from hand, which I'd lose to. So clear the berry. Set up the graveyard. Summons Alastair. He already has the invocation, that would suck. What up? Negate a Rooney. I had Stellarnova Alpha, that'd be lit. But alas. Nothing to surge it with. Set one pass, nice. May the odds be evident. Oof, in my favor. That's a good draw. 20% chance to draw it there. Altair, summon Deneb, search Altair. We still have Vega Altair play, and Delteros for follow-ups. Deneb, search this Altair. Yeah. So we still have 2 Deneb and Altair and a Nuclei in the deck. We're gonna special summon Delty Boy here. Can't do anything on summon. We're going to pop this Apple Shit-Jishin Girl. Bye bye. Pop it. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Spin it. Pop it. Ooh, he's Canadian. Okay. Crap, I can't alpha now. I'm still gonna set the alpha just because I want to be able to have it face down to use whenever I need to. Oh right, Apple adds back. Oh, okay, so set that. If he has another Alastair, you can just flip down the Purgatrio. So obviously he's gonna make Purgatrio. Really? That's what. Couldn't even use it anyway. So. Bruh, it's a legal activation. You can't blame. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. So we're playing a trio. We know he still has chocolate and berry in hand, so there's only one card in hand that we don't know. So odds that he has a back row are very low. Especially since he probably just drew this Altair, and that meaning that if he had a back row already, he would have said it on previous turns. He probably doesn't have a back row. So his Altair, berry, and chocolate in hand. Thankfully didn't summon Cocytus, because Cocytus is a bitch. Yeah, just gonna Canadia the Purgatrio. Flip Delteros, pop Purgatrio. Yeah, attack for game, I think, right? Yeah, because I can attack 700 over the Altair with Altair, and then 25 with Delteros. Never mind. Actually, no, that's because I can go Vega into Altair and just attack. Yeah, cool. Cool. Spicy meatball. Doro. Sleep. Activate. Pop that. Vega. I'm going to summon a Nuclei here to save the Altair. Nuclei is going to dump Skybridge because I don't need Skybridge really anymore. Blardle. Attack. Schmack. Game. Cool. Alright, that's going to do it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I know this was a bit of a long one. Long explanation in the beginning, just because Xyz summoning is a new mechanic, and like especially with this deck, like manipulating resources is what this deck does best. Just like summoning, like triggering as many Stellarknight effects on both players' turns as often as possible is how you just snowball advantage. I'm going to be competing in the MTS this weekend, probably playing tournaments, so come on out and support your boy, or just come watch in general. It'll be a fun time. Hopefully I can win some money. I will see you guys around. Peace.